Hi, I am Dr. Ashish Shah. So let us take a 360-degree comprehensive view and analysis of what all happened during the meeting between President Zelensky and President Trump in their White House Oval Office at White House. So the whole episode can be seen from the angle of Zelensky, that is, you are pro Zelensky, and from the angle of America or Trump, if you want to see through that angle. So let's first see from the angle of President Zelensky and Ukraine.
Right. Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him.
So let us see from it from Ukraine or Zelensky's point of view. Now, if you see, Zelensky is undergoing through enormous and tremendous pressure for the last 3 years. He has lost many of his countrymen, his soldiers, uh, and also 20% of the land that Russia has taken out of Ukraine. Now, he has to show a good face to his fellow countrymen that he has not sold out to Trump or America, neither he has bowed down or is under pressure. So he has a very legitimate reason to show some toughness to President Trump while discussing the issue of Ukraine security arrangements for Russia.
Conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with.
The other reason that you see from Zelensky's point of view is that Zelensky was given no time. He was rather pushed by America to come down to Ukraine and sign a deal for the rare earth minerals. It's but natural that no person and no state head would like to bow down to such pressure tactics. And so there is certain legitimacy behind Zelensky's rigid approach during their Oval Office meet. He was asked to come down to US, Washington DC, and he was pressurized to sign the deal without giving much time. I think it was just 3 or 4 days, that's it. If you remember, the initial response of Ukraine or President Zelensky was that we are not going to sign the deal. But after a day, he said that no, we'll sign the deal. That was because of the American pressure. Now he was not in a position to take up a decision by taking everyone into confidence from Ukraine and from his friends in European Union as well as in America, the Democrats in America. So he was in a fix, he was in a dilemma, and that's why he just revolted during the Oval Office meet.
I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners. But
And then there is this possibility that he was asked and convinced by his European friends as well as Democrats in America to not bow down to Trump and be rigid in his demand for security deal with the US, and which I think is a pretty valid reason that he was asked to buy some more time and give some pressure, apply some pressure on the American and as well as Trump, and come out with a better option.
he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy? JD you are speaking about? What do you mean?
So, if you see all these four options, you can sympathize with President Zelensky and his approach towards during the meeting at Oval Office. So, he was not acting totally irrational or illogical. There are pretty logical and rational objectives behind his act and behind his thinking, and he did in the best interest of Ukraine. Though one can say that he also has taken tremendous risk by doing so.
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this country.
Now let's try to see the same thing from the Americans or Trump point of view. See, America wants to end this war, and they have their own good reasons to end this war. They want Russia to be on their side. That is point number one. And why do they want Russia on their side? Because they want to isolate China, and as of now, Russia and China are good friends. So they want to win away Russia from China, and for that, the end of war is very necessary, because so far the war will continue. Russia will need the Chinese support, and that is what keeps their friendship getting stronger. So America cannot see that Russia getting closer and closer to China, and therefore this war has to end so that Russia is not dependent on China.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what you're
this.
doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right.
The second reason is also quite obvious and logical. See, China is imposing bans and raising tariffs on many of its products, including rare earth minerals. Now, why these rare earth minerals are important for US? Because it is being used in many critical defense industries, in nuclear industry, in semiconductor industry, and many such defense industries. So, if America doesn't have its own rare earth minerals, it will be perpetually dependent on China, and China can blackmail it at any time. So, what America and Trump are looking for to have independent rare earth minerals, and Ukraine is a good source for the same. So, without wasting time, Trump wants a deal with Ukraine where he can get his rare earth minerals.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think
You're gambling with World War III.
And as far as providing a security option to Ukraine, that is ruled out, because by giving NATO membership to Ukraine, first you antagonize Russia, and the basic objective to win away Russia from China will be lost. Therefore, President Trump can't give a guarantee to Ukraine or President Zelensky for a NATO membership. But if Zelensky thinks about it, if the Americans are there in Ukraine for the rare earth mineral, that itself is a security arrangement. Because if Americans are there drilling for rare earth minerals, the Russia can't attack Ukraine. And so, which means that so far Americans will remain in Ukraine, there will be no further attacks by Russia. Because if Russia attacks Americans, the whole system escalates and it moves towards World War III. Therefore, Zelensky, while showing his rigid attitude during the Oval Office, forgot that this thing that Americans are in fact indirectly providing him a security arrangement, and he should have just accepted the deal offered by President Trump.
You invited
If
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that
thank
there,
you
accept
to
that-
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen.
So if you see that, if we have heard the both versions from a Zelensky point of view and also from a Trump's point of view or American point of view. So you can say that there are valid reasons for both the parties to act the way they are acting. Trump is in a hurry because he wants to end the war. He wants to get rare earth minerals as well as take away Russia from China. While Zelensky has to show a good face and strength to his fellow citizens and also to his other friends and partners in this whole game. So now the question is, what is the role of European Union as well as the Democrats in America? See, the Democrats in America, they will never agree to what Trump is proposing with Ukraine, because they have a policy which is totally opposite to what President Trump is offering to Ukraine. They have supported all along Ukraine during the past 3 years. They provided funds, they provided weapons, missiles, everything, and they make sure that Ukraine stands firm against Russia. So that is their policy. Now, what is the policy of European Union into it? See, European Union is undergoing under tremendous economic pressure these days. Not only their internal economy has shattered for many reasons, and also Trump is threatening to levy more tariffs on them. Their relationship with China is also not that good. China has pushing a lot of goods, capital goods and other things into European nations, eating their own economy, and challenging them on many fronts. Even the automobile industry, which was a very niche area of European economy, that has been targeted and that has been challenged, especially in the electrical vehicle domain. So European Union is not in a good economical conditions. Many economies of like Germany and other nations have faltered. The other problem in European Union that is happening is the illegal, the migration problem. During the COVID era and along the same time, a lot of when Syria was under pressure, so many migrants moved to Germany and many other European countries. Even UK has a lot of these migrants from Middle East and other places. And after a while, these people are challenging the local people. And so, with a faltering economy, the European Union sees Russia as a major threat towards them. And that's why they want to support Ukraine, who is fighting, in fact, on their behalf. It's not only America that is supporting Ukraine, it's the European Union also supporting Ukraine, UK is also supporting Ukraine. So there is a collective fight against Russia from all these countries, and the reason is if you allow Russia to eat up or take up Ukraine, the next target will be, of course, Poland, and then it spreads into other areas, just like what happened during the Hitler era. So European Union is very fearful of Russia and doesn't want history to be repeated. And that is the reason they are supporting Ukraine and President Zelensky against his deal with President Trump and President America uh, unless they get firm security arrangements not only for Ukraine but for themselves also. Thus, if we see in a fair manner, no one is acting against anyone. There are rational and logical reasons for everyone uh, uh, to act in their own interest. Basically, that is the game that is happening. It's not a conspiracy. European Union and America are still friends. You can't say that they are enemies, but both are looking at their own interests. Similarly, Ukraine is also looking at their own interests. In fact, America is also looking at a larger picture to keep China away and to get Russia on its side. So, overall, everyone is just trying to put his country on a safer wicket. This is what is happening between European Union, Ukraine, and America. And so, if one sees from all these angles, no doubt the deal between Ukraine and President Trump failed, and I think sooner or later there will be a better version of this deal where all the three are happy and satisfied. So, in my opinion, we have to wait for some time before that deal is signed again. Thank you.